Cheers, welcome to my channel. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscribes. I really do appreciate them, as it is empowering me to build my channel. This is a general collective reading from Tattletales from Tales from the Vector, and that means that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. I already did a wash and a shuffle on the cards. Just gave them a few quick cuts here, and we are going to look for the underlying energy of this reading. Oh, that's a good way to start a reading off. So what we have here is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is, there's 7 cups here that are filled with gifts, and it's representing all the choices that the universe is presenting to you. And so you're basically a black hole being ready to be filled with all of this opportunity. So that's an awesome way to start off a reading. The biggest problem you have is which opportunity to choose, which is a good problem to have. Oh, and here we have it. There we go. I'm just double checking that this is going to be able to be seen by everybody. And so the very first card we have here is almost like the opposite of this, but it really isn't. This is opportunities that are available to you, and sometimes being aware that these possibilities are disguised as challenges. And this card is the Ten of Wands. It's representing actions that you've taken in the past. Planted some wands, really took action to get some shift happening here, and now you're almost there. Like it's a feeling though burdened down by all of this responsibility, or perhaps maybe you had these opportunities in the past, and the ones that you chose are not the ones that you would choose now, which is perfectly acceptable. What this card is saying is you're so close. Like there's his home in the background there, and these are wands that he's actually planted. So they might be heavy now because they're so full of fruit. You know, it's time to harvest and time to reap the harvest. So what this card basically is saying is don't give up now, keep going. And a lot of these possibilities that you planted, they're just about to, it's going to be time to harvest really soon. I used to farm, so I understand when you plant seeds and they don't show up right away, or there's a cold snap or the rain doesn't come, that it's challenging to plant seeds and then have to wait, but you're almost there. And we have here a strong foundation. It's, the Four of Wands or the Four of Pentacles is not a card of woohoo. It's actually saying that perhaps in the past you sold yourself short and didn't get as much out of the opportunities as you could have, or it seems that way. But sometimes when you are on a strong foundation and you've done the groundwork, which this person is standing on 2 coins, that and you're hanging on to your heart's desires, and like this represents 3 different levels of making money. Your safe money, your heart's desires, and then your crowning glory. So I'm just getting that you're at this stage basically and ready to move into the next, as long as you once you get these home and you have time to kind of reflect on, okay, the harvest is in. We'll see what we have out of it. We know that it's a strong foundation for success. And what can we do with it now to make these other 7 opportunities that are being presented even better? And it's a reality check. So the Tower is here. And the Tower is a sudden event that happens. This tower has been struck by lightning, and people are falling out of it. But the thing is that one of the people looks like totally surprised, and the other one is like, glory, hallelujah, I'm out of here. So I'm just getting a sense of if this person or this energy is saying, if I had a choice to do it all over again, I would have chosen different cups to put all my energy in. Having said that, you can learn from what you've done in the past and use that as a strong foundation to be able to move forward. And there's two people falling out of this tower. So, you know, they could have different opinions about this. This could be like getting like a partnership in a business or something like that. It also could be a partnership in love, because cups represents romance and like family and that kind of energy. But the wands represent the actions that were taken by you to be able to manifest what you wanted. There we have it. We have someone standing on the horizon here, and you have the two wands planted, and then you have one wand here. This card sometimes can mean divorce, and the worst divorce is from source. But having said that, there's two wands planted here, and he's gone through this portal of these two wands, and he's now standing on the, you know, having passed through them, looking at the distant horizon there and making a decision about, okay, what am I going to do? So this could be something to do with, you know, a family breaking up, a couple breaking up, a partnership breaking up, you know, some disappointment there. But I'm getting that it has a good amount of success at the same time. It's just wanting more. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a breaking up, but maybe moving to a new location, starting a new business, starting a new version of the old business, like working on it in a different way. And we have the Hangman. Yes. So what I'm getting from this card is like the Hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge. And when you have put this amount of work into something, and you know, you've nurtured it to the point where you have this much to carry home, it's a good harvest. It's a strong foundation for success. And this Hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge. And I feel like this tree of knowledge represents, you know, these are the branches of that tree. And basically, the Hangman hangs there, and he's upside down so he can gain a new perspective on, okay, what would I rather do? You know, if I had it all to do all over again, how would I go about it? And so he's really tuning into his intuition and really taking a good, strong look at what he would do now. And so this card is basically saying, take the knowledge from here and from what you've done in the past, and allow yourself to have this reality check. And the reality check could just be something as simple as, you know what, it didn't turn out to be what I really am passionate about. Quite often, some people who really like to take action get bored after they accomplish something, and they have a passion for moving on to another, and you know, something new. And so that's, you know, it is what it is. Or this can also be someone who wants to grow their business, like an entrepreneur that wants to have different locations for their business. Or I'm getting also like an aspect of coming at it from another angle, basically. It takes courage to do this, and it takes strength, because perhaps you were raised in a way that, you know, you do it this way and this is how you are successful, which is true. Hard work does, you know, have success. Working smarter also is a good idea. And so this is about reaching really deep inside yourself, and that's what the lion represents. It represents the fears that this person has, like probably when they, from a childhood on, where we learn about money and we learn about hard work and values, etc. And, you know, hey, why don't you just be satisfied with this? You've been successful. A lot of people probably are looking at this as a big success, but there's something inside of you that wants more. And some people just enjoy learning and doing new things. That's why the Hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge, and he's getting enlightenment. And so he has all these ideas of how, hey, I could really take this and make it way better. And that the infinity symbol over the head represents all the potential here. If you can control your emotions and control your mind and, really allow yourself to face those fears and really look into them, like not just, whatever, like really look into, okay, is it worth it? And now as I say that, this card comes out. This is my is it worth it card. So that's what this person is looking at. This is like 7 pentacles, and 6 of them are here, and they're stacked up, and that's a substantial accomplishment. Having said that, there's a new pentacle at his feet here, and he's leaning on this action wand, and he's like, are these like, yeah, I was successful, but am I happy from this success? Is this what I want to continue doing for the rest of my life? Or do I want to do something new? And that's what the new pentacle down here represents, is taking the learning and, this many actions is a lot of learning. So being able to take that information from doing the business in this way, or the marriage in this way, or the partnership or whatever it is in this way, that you are brave enough now to do it in a new way, almost like starting over, like from the beginning is what's coming up. Having the courage to do so and see. But what this card is saying is, if you choose to do this, especially with this strength and integrity card beside it, if you choose to do this, you're not really starting brand new. You're starting with the pentacles that you do have, which is a strong foundation, and all the knowledge that you've gained as you went on this journey. So it's starting over, but not really starting over. And there's a lot of opportunity in what you're thinking about. Oh, and the Empress comes in. So this bottom line is saying, okay, this is what you need to be able to move forward and, have these other opportunities and act upon them. And this is what are the obstacles going to be, and how are you going to manifest this? And the Empress is sitting here, and she's the generator. She sits on her throne, and she easily, effortlessly produces. And talking about farming, there's wheat here. So she recognizes, she's seen the cycles come and go. She's all 4 queens wrapped into one person. And so she's pregnant with possibilities. And that's what this card is about. And so this card is showing someone that has seen the ups and downs, has the energy to using her intuitive abilities as well as logic, and what she's learned from taking these actions and gaining these pentacles and allowing that to come into being, and not being so stressed out about it, because she recognizes, like, once you've had success, it's much easier to have success again. If you don't know what success is, it's harder to achieve. So the Empress energy can be a man or a woman that's in their feminine energy. Pregnant with possibilities can also mean that she's actually pregnant, or someone's pregnant. And we have Lovers, which kind of, okay, so maybe there's a child involved now, and this couple wasn't planning on ever having children. Or maybe it's a child that's, not between the two of them. Maybe they found out that years and years ago, one of them adopted a child out. You see a lot of that now with all the DNA testing going on. So there's so many possibilities that this could be, just like this card is saying. So take it, how it resonates with you. The Lovers represent choices, and the choices between it can be a choice of about choosing who you love, and it can also be a choice about what you love doing, who you love doing it with, how you love to do it, that kind of energy. And the Sun is here. So it's, these two lovers, there's adoration between them. You'll notice there's this cloud in between them, and it's right at kind of their eye level. So they don't really know each other, is what's coming up. They think they do, but it takes a long time to really truly get to know someone. And perhaps that was the issue. So I'll look into this a little bit more. Yes, and we have this is interesting because I just right away got a flash, like someone has like 3 children and now there's a 4th child coming in. And that wasn't what they planned. Perhaps, you know, this was like someone, a family that's, you know, growing up and they were ready to step into the new phase of life. And anyone who's had a baby knows that a baby changes your life a lot, and what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. Babies are always a gift. Having said that, they are a dynamic added in, and this could also be like perhaps a business where a third partner came in. Maybe it's a family business and one of the people in the business married, and now there's another person's opinion to consider. It could be like a corporation or something, and you know, deciding to work with another corporation. There's all sorts of possibilities here. And when the cups are involved quite often, and there's a lot of cups here, it does talk about romance, family, that kind of energy, but it can also be who and what you love. Yikes, and then the devil comes in, sitting right on the tower. So the devil energy is temptation. And so I'm just getting this, that there may be a baby out there that wasn't planned for, and not necessarily between these 2 people. And, you know, it's caused divorce or a tower. Like it's, you know, it's caused a reality check, a big one. And this also could be, as I said, if it's not about a couple or romance, it could be about, you know, a business going through some sort of major transition, something like that. A franchise opening, maybe one of the franchises isn't doing as well as the others, kind of that energy. There's some disappointment here though, and a lot of reflection happening. When the devil card comes in, I always cover it because you're not going to get the truth from the devil. Oh, look at that. We have like the 3 of Pentacles coming in. So this card quite often says that there's a mastery of a skill set, and that it has produced all of this success. Having said that, right away what I got, there's 3, like 3's company, 2's company, 3's a crowd energy. And I don't feel that it's necessarily that if there's a baby, that baby is the problem, but it's more like we have 3 cups here and we have 3 pentacles here. And if that is an addition that's happening, then what you thought was a family unit, you know, there's been a threesome that someone is very disappointed over. That because this energy is about 2 people collaborating with a third person, and you know, they're all adults, right? And this is mastery of skill set. So this energy is like that these people have been working at this for some time to master their ability to be able to do it. But I'm really getting this, there's some threesome energy here for sure. Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, this is really shifty energy, you know. There's 3 people here, there's 3 cups. But I'm getting one of these people didn't know about this person, basically. And if there's a pregnancy involved now, it could be causing, you know, the end of a marriage. If it's something like there was like a family business and someone married someone and added another person in, that could be causing arguing in the family, something like that. It could be, you know, a partnership of entrepreneurs and they don't see it the same way now that they've had this much success. One wants to do it this way, the other wants to do it that way, and has collaborated with someone else. And it could be a lot of things, but it's not, it's shifty energy. These people are celebrating, but none of them are looking at each other. And you know, in Europe, if you don't look at each other when you toast, it causes 7 years of bad luck in romance in your love life. So this is just, you know, saying, it's saying like there was a threesome and someone found out. And there's an Ace of Cups. So this union of love, I'm getting this extra cup is a pregnancy, or it's another way of doing things, you know, a new beginning, a new, it's added an entirely new aspect to whatever is going on here. I keep getting that it's adding on to what's already there, and one of the people that was in the partnership was not aware. And so, but a gift is coming in. And as I said, babies are always a gift, regardless of how they come in. They're a gift from God. And the Ace of Cups is actually like it's an indication that the universe is giving you another chance for like a divine romance, for something that really works out. So sometimes when the truth comes out, you know, people make decisions and, you know, it improves the relationships, and sometimes it absolves them and you move on to a different one. And so this Ace of Cups is overflowing, like the cup is overflowing. There's a lot, it's basically saying, regardless of how this looks right now, and how difficult it may have been to find, you know, to have this reality check. This could also be about someone, you know, a partner stealing money from the business, that kind of energy. So, you know, whatever happens here, as crappy as it is a blessing. Maybe a blessing in disguise at this time, but this is what you have to deal with. And this is now what, to be able to manifest all these opportunities and experience this fulfillment, you are going to have to address this, and you're going to have to, you know, manifest through it. That's life. And then we have the World. Yes, and if you have, this is moving into courage here, having the courage to take the necessary steps. So if you're willing to do what you need to do to make this work, or to make the change, you know, do things differently, whatever this is, you will have, it'll end this cycle. And because the World is card 21 in the major arcana of the tarot, and it's saying there's the end of this cycle. So, you know, if you're in a situation where there's a threesome, and you didn't know about it, and you didn't agree to it, then this is a really good card. And if you look, like 21 adds up, 2 + 1 = 3. So I'm just getting, this is, as hard as this it may be to accept, it is a blessing that you know this now. And you were enlightened to it so that you could move forward and end this cycle and move forward to have other opportunities ahead of you. Yes, and there's the Fool going on their journey. So the Fool has decided, I'm going to move forward in a different way. I'm going on a different adventure. I'm not carrying much baggage with me. I'm going to sew this all up, and I'm going to move forward. And then we have, yes, heartbreak. I'm getting, this is like been hard to take. We've got the 3 swords in the heart from the threesome. And this card in this energy represents that a potentially heartbreaking decision has been made. So someone has decided that they're moving on, and they're not taking a lot with them. They're moving on to a different way. This card also has, you know, it looks like a cliff with a cloud, or it could look like, you know, these are shoulders, and this is the throat, and this is like the nose of a person. that was like almost turned to stone, that wasn't able to speak their truth. So that could be regarding, that what happened in the past, the person that was with the other part, with the other person in the threesome. This could be about how the person feels now. How do you feel now that you know this? It's heart-wrenching. Having said that, these are not big swords in the heart, and it didn't cut the heart in half or anything. So you will recover from this. And it's actually speaking also about the truth coming out and being able to really speak your truth. For everybody involved, the truth has come out, so you're going to have to speak your truth. And then the Magician comes in. And so this is an energetic upgrade. This is reconfirming. This is a gift from the universe, even though gifts like possibilities are challenges, A lot of times a challenge, we'll look at it when we're in it, it feels really shifty. Having said that, once we look back maybe a year later, we're like, whoa, that was the best thing that could have happened to me, because at least now I knew the truth and I wasn't living a lie, and I can move forward. And that's what the Magician is actually the very first card after the Fool starts the journey. This is the very first step, is gathering the tools to be able to manifest what you want now in this way. And, you notice we have the infinity symbol here and here. So this is kind of having to really face childhood fears and the way you thought your life was going to be, your expectations that you had, they all just create limitations. So accepting that things didn't turn out the way you thought they would, or the way that you thought they were. Having said that, you're ready to go on this journey now, and you're ready to take the tools that you do have, all the knowledge that you have, and begin a new path. And the Magician is pointing at the heavens and down to earth, showing that, hey, there's a new choice here of lovers, actually, is what's coming up. That if you take this path, the person that that is going to actually enjoy being with you, and you enjoy being with them, and wants to be in fulfillment with you, this gives you an opportunity to actually have that, whereas before you didn't. And when we get up there, we'll see what else the Magician is pointing at. So we have the King of Cups. Well, this is very cool. So we have the King of Cups sitting on the Empress and the Lovers. And the King of Cups is, out of all the kings in the Arcana, he's offering a cup of love. He's very emotionally available. This is someone that, a good companion is what it's saying. And he is ready to move forward in this situation and go for that. And he considers this person to be an empress, and is like, woohoo, this is my opportunity. And he's very centered in his emotions. He doesn't let his emotions carry him away, although he's very passionate. And this is saying that, I've been looking for someone like you that is marriage, like the Empress is like all four queens. So he's like, I can't believe my good luck. And recognize that these cards are archetypes. So the king can actually be a man or a woman that's in their masculine energy, and the Empress can be a man or a woman that's in their feminine energy. So this lovers, this is what this Magician is saying, is that you have an opportunity now to be in a relationship that's really honest and true, and it'll work out to be someone that you enjoy being with, that you can have all this these opportunities come into being and really enjoy it this time. Yeah, rowing off to calmer waters with God. And so this, this is about what did you need, the obstacles to manifest, the courage to do what you need to do to have this. And now we're in the heart's desires. So now this person is rowing off from these rough waters to these calmer waters, and there's the one wand again here, moving forward in a different way, maybe distant shores. And it's interesting because there's a woman and a child with him. So take that how that is for you. The Six of Swords represents making that choice. And it also, because the boat that's here, the way that it moves is for the person to row, dig deep with that shaft and really to get the boat moving. And that is about digging deep. Like this has been something that you've had to really dig deep, like really deep. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So yes, this is coming up like a lesson in learning. Here's the Six Pentacles in the bush over here. And now, and this looks very much like the Empress, if you notice. She's got the Six Pentacles here. And then there's 3 pentacles in the bush. Those are ones that she's willing to let go of. And these 6 are the ones that she's holding for herself so that she can produce. That's the 3-6-9 that Nikola Tesla talks about. It's a ratio of knowing when to give, when to take, what to keep, what to let go. Very much this energy. And in this card, I'm also noticing that there's like 2 trees in the background, kind of like these, almost like these now, this is sort of in the distance now, and these 2 trees that were planted are now like actual trees, and that, this energy is moving forward. So this is all about doing what you feel is best for you and your authentic desires after a very big disappointment. Yeah, and, fools rush in. Yeah, I'm getting that in the past, the reason why. Okay, there's a few things coming up right away because the Knight of Swords is delivering a message. And we didn't have another knight before this with a message. So it's basically, this is communication coming in, and in a hurry, in a rush. And one thing that I noticed, that came to me right away is like this Knight of Swords is running through like barren land. Perhaps there was something here for someone like maybe a couple that has not been successful with pregnancy, being able to adopt this child now, it could be something like that. Take it whatever your situation is, which is like confirmation again that babies are always blessings. But there's some sort of communication coming in, and it's coming in a hurry. And that can just as much be saying that once this decision was made, everything's happened quickly. Everybody was ready to move on. Yes. And then we have the Knight coming in with the cups, with the cup. But the Knight of Cups, look at that. He's facing the Knight in Swords. And look at the difference in the energy. This is a knight in shining armor coming with a cup of love. And he's, like the typical knight in shining armor, what you expect to see. He's not in a hurry. He's classy, well-dressed. The horse is like calm, whereas this figure is like rushing, So that's the difference between, I'm getting this is like showing, this is representing what used to be, and this is representing what is now because you've made this choice. And it's also saying that these 7 cups that are the underlying energy of this reading are coming in now. And it's going to be calmer. Your life is going to be calmer. Hold the drama. Thank you. That's conviction beyond a drought. So this person is standing in their conviction, and they've got this wand across their heart. And I'm saying in this card, what this means is they know what they know, and They're not getting back into the drama, and they're standing their ground, and they've taken their actions. And one thing I notice here, there are, you know, like there's only like 7 instead of 10. So 3 of those wands, or 3 of those pentacles, where is that now? Here. It's okay, take those, but I'm standing my ground, and I'm keeping this energy here. And I want peace. I'm not taking part in the drama anymore. There we go. Yeah. Choosing this or that. That's really coming up, is that this person has, you know, I'm closing my eyes to all the drama from the past. I am ready to move forward. I'm not going to keep thinking about it. I want to protect my peace, my ability to have this really good life and have the opportunities. There's a new moon in the background, and that's what this person is focusing on. They're not focusing on the back and forth of like this threesome, and they're blind to the threesome now. They're focusing on the new couple is what's coming up. Wow, and look at that. That's pretty clear. So this card is basically like the 5 of Swords. It's, you know, okay, this shift is taking place for sure. And look how he's holding on to those 2. And this is like the other 2 in the threesome. There was a lot of battling going on and whatever, and he's got this hand on the sword, but you can see it's down. He's not going to involve himself or herself. Remember, these are archetypes. I'm not going to be involved in this shift. I am going to focus on my new beginning with my Empress, and that could be male or female, whichever way. And I am going to have peace, and I am going to have new opportunities, and I'm not looking back. That's really clearly saying that. Look at that. Yeah, the new couple, new world, new way to be, new castle. Done. Done. That's, yeah, pretty clear. Yeah, the wounded warrior energy. That's the 9, is like done. Like this card, this is saying, I am done fighting. I have my wand. I am where I want to be. And all of these opportunities that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 opportunities. You know, like, because he's holding on to the one, but this is the one that I'm going for. And perhaps in the past, that was what was missing from their life or your life. And you are going to go for what you want, and you're not going to be in this energy of having to always be, you know, on guard and fighting for what you want. The Knight of Wands, yes, comes through. So there's the communication right there. So the Knight of Wands is a rebel with a cause. It's someone that has, you know, they're fiery, but they've learned to hold back their emotions, like the King of Cups here. And they are protected from fire. That's what the yellow tunic with the salamander. They have their armor on, but they're moving forward, and they are ready to enjoy the mysteries of life and grab a hold of, you know, these opportunities of love and fulfillment, and just move forward, like, and ready to go, leaving all of that behind and moving forward in the new way. We can have, if we go from the bottom up to the top of the pyramid, that's the past, going down from the top to the future. So we have like working really diligently to reap a harvest, planting the seeds, like, you know, like if you consider it like growing a crop, whatever, your business is like growing a crop, your family is like growing a crop, like that kind of energy. You plant the seeds, you nurture it, and then you bring home the harvest. Having said that, sometimes that can become burdensome for some people for many reasons. And then we have God coming in with another cup to let you know, like, it's time to put down the burdens. You deserve the love, and there's a new way. This is a new world, like, that's available to you. This is a new way of thinking, a new way of being, it could be a new relationship, whatever that is. We have the Knight of Cups coming in with that cup, with the message, are you going to take these cups over here? Are you going to go for these opportunities here? Or are you going to stay in this fighting energy? And the Wounded Warrior is saying, hell no, I'm moving forward, and I'm going to enjoy my life, and I'm going to enjoy the mysteries of life. I'm going to focus on my new castle with my new partner, or my new business, or whatever that is. And I am going to put down the swords. I'm not going to overthink it anymore. I'm going to allow myself to step into this new way of being, and I'm going to protect that. I want peace in my life. I want to have this fulfillment, and I want to be able to not have to be on an emotional roller coaster with someone who feels the same way, that wants those same values that I want, and I want to feel really good about the work that I put into it, and be happy that I've made this decision. So it's an interesting read. It's a lot of this. This isn't uncommon energy by any means. I'm sure that you know someone who's going through this or has. And remember, this could be in the past, the present, or the future. So just take the reading as it resonates with you. I'm going to clarify now with Tales from the Vector, my oracle that I started in 2007. And I completed all the paintings. There's 64 of them. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. There's some very big dragon paintings, which is why it took me a long time. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm an artist, so it really inspired me, and kept, giving me something, a new painting once I finished the last one, kind of like this energy here with the paintings. And now that it's complete, I have taken it out in the past. It's been, I've had seminars, and I've had been to fairs, but the deck was not 100% complete. And now I want to bring the deck out, and I'm gathering up the information to write the book that goes with it. And then it'll be out there when it's ready. And here we go. So I'm going to have, these cards are numbered so that you can, if you want to go to talesfromthevector.com, it's TAILS from thevector.com after this reading, and take a look at the different paintings that were in this reading. I have them numbered. It'll be in the description box below and listed in the order that they came up. And there's also some more information there if you're interested in finding out more. We've got death. I had a reading, and it might have been the last one or the one before, where the card that was clarifying was the same as this. Because there's a lot of transition happening on the planet right now, you may have noticed. There always is, but it seems like these days, because the more information that we have access to, the faster, things happen. And so a lot of people are going through a lot of transition. So this is a transition. The death card in the tarot is about death and birth. And rebirth. So this is offering a transition, and that's just clarifying that this is like sort of, you're an empty vessel. This is a rebirth, and you can choose, to direct your life towards receiving all the abundance in this cup. And the old cycle is over. We've got Gemini energy, yes. So Gemini is all about learning. It's kindergarten. There's the twins. It's about, twos. And so and creative solutions versus logic. And it's kind of saying, it's just kind of interesting, because it's kind of saying, I'm just looking at the number 31 and saying, I thought we were one couple, but there was three. It's just what's coming out. And so Gemini energy is known to be this and that energy, like this. Do I want this or do I want that? That kind of energy. And now we have Taurus energy coming in here. And Taurus is about being like, that's a toddler stage. It's the energy of someone that wants what they want and they maybe haven't learned how to share yet. So this could be, you know, in this situation, it could be that when the couple that got together or got married or whatever, and then there was a threesome, that energy was very immature at the time, or that they met when they were really young and they've changed so much, you know, as you do. Hopefully you've changed since, you know, over the years, because you don't want to stay exactly the same as you were. A lot of times people will get divorced because they'll say, you're not the person I married. Hopefully not. Hopefully you've learned something. But I'm getting there again. You look at that 3 and a 0. Yeah, it's that energy of immaturity. And then we have dissension. And yeah, so I'm just getting, there was a lot of people that knew. And that's a real, but there's a lot of times where you'll find this out and you'll think, I was the only one that didn't know. But you knew, you just didn't know, you know? And that's what's coming up. So with friends like this, who needs enemies? Yes, friends that knew this was going on are really no friends, so you didn't lose anything. What you lost was people that you thought were friends, just like you lost a partner that you thought was not cheating on you. It's that kind of energy. So swimming with sharks, it's like if the people around you know this and they don't tell you, then they're just people around you. Do you understand what if you understand what I'm saying? You didn't really lose anything. That's the gift, is once you know, you know, and then you can stand on your convictions. If you don't know, how are you going to, you know? And if there's a whole lot of people involved in keeping this a secret, then, and they are people close to you and you trust them, then, you know, you're human. So don't beat yourself up. Don't put any more energy into it either. And that's what this is saying, that this cycle is over. And then we have, yeah, the Aries, the infant. So basically, you know, 2 and 9 equals 11. I don't know, the numbers are coming up really here. So the 2 and the 9 in this zodiac energy. And when these cards come up from the zodiac in a general reading like this, you may, on some level, know different people like that are these signs, and then that is for you. Having said that, when it's a collective general reading, it's more like about states of being for me, or the stage of life when that I'm clarifying here. And so the Aries, the infant, is very demanding, and it's am I going to be? I'm here, and am I going to just be here, or am I going to do what I want to do? And all of these cards, like the Aries is the newborn, Taurus is the toddler, and Gemini, you're in kindergarten. So you understand this was very immature energy, like very immature. And 2 and 9, when you add them up, is 11, and 11 is the number of justice. And it's like that portal, you know, of going through the 11 portal, 111, and it is talking about justice. So it's justice. It's just for someone to find out the truth and be able to move forward in have like a real life with real opportunities. Yeah, judgment was called, and unfettered. So in my oracle, I have one dragon, and she's from the Pleiades, and she is either in the judgment position with where she's straight up. And she is, it's about the cosmic heart and, you know, judgment, like the judgment card in the major arcana. So this person is judging whether this was worth it. But this is also saying that the energy could be like a court judgment, that kind of energy. It could be a judgment from the community. It could be a judgment from this person, you know, there could be a lot of elements to this. And if this is considered like to be the Judgment card, unfettered love, like being really truly in your heart, that card basically says it's falling upside down, and it says the difference between falling and failing in love is a matter of I. Basically what it's saying is you need to love yourself enough to accept the truth and be able to start, end what is not benefiting you, to be able to move forward and have true happiness and abundance in your life, like these cups are showing. And it's also, I just want to say also, I'm getting this energy of just like total immaturity, like, people aren't necessarily vindictive or whatever. They're just immature. We'll just say it that way. Okay, and the need to be right. Yeah. So that kind of goes along with this. Like, and people might say, oh, you're making a mountain out of molehill, blah, blah, blah. It could have been something like there was a baby that you didn't know about, but everybody else knew about. That kind of energy. And then you find out, and the adoption couple is coming up. And so the thing is, if you're going to be in a marriage with someone or in a partnership, in a business with them, there's a need to be right. Like you need to know what the facts are behind it. Having said that, once you have those facts, you don't need to fight for your, I was right and they were wrong kind of energy, because there's no point to it. If you make a mountain out of a molehill, you could be climbing this could take a very long time, right? So you want to be able to, allow yourself to let go of the need to be right. It's a karmic space, and just allow yourself to be happy. And then we have the ego coming in. And the ego is another karmic space. So it's about, yes, keep your ego in check. You don't want to make decisions when this information comes out and you become aware of it. You don't want it to be something that you sit on your ego and your pride and you want to be right. You'd rather be right than wrong. You'd rather be right than happy energy. You want to accept the new cup, move on in your life, and really let the people who were doing it, let them, like you're handing that back to them. If you can forgive yourself and forgive them, you're handing that energy back to them for them to deal with it, so that you're not burdened with the responsibility. And that's kind of the energy here. That's what's happening. It happens a lot. It happens, to a lot of people. And people change over the years, like life, different disappointments and ups and downs can really cause people to behave in ways that you wouldn't expect them to. Or perhaps, you knew them when they were really young and got married really young, or got in a partnership when you were like really young and enthusiastic. And now you just see like, oh, there's all this time that I could have spent doing it better. And this card, the Worldly Desires, is about allowing yourself to move into a new way of going after your authentic desires, rather than being stuck in this, oh, well, I have to fix this, I have to make this work out, that kind of energy. And it's an anticlimax. It's like, yeah, when you're not following your authentic desires, then you're not really going to be happy. But this is also saying, on some level, if there was a baby that came in here unexpectedly and some other couple was looking to adopt that baby and they were able to now have a family, that's the beauty of life, right? We are not capable of judging other people, because only God knows the big picture. Only God knows what people have gone through. So we have to just, sometimes we have to just surrender that energy and move forward. Yeah. Foolhardy, with anticipation. Let go of this, and let go of all this karmic stuff and just move forward. Foolhardy, with anticipation, in this new way of being, in this new world. And then we have temperance. So that's devotion. And this is about devotion to yourself, devotion to your partner, devotion to, you know, what it is you love to do, to your purpose in life. Like if it's a business and you really love it, just move it forward in a different way. If it's, you know, you've always wanted to have a family and a relationship, move it forward in a different way. It probably won't be the way you expected it to be. It rarely is. And expectations create limitations. If you anticipate the journey, you're going to have a lot more fun. And the devotion is about your ability to really devote yourself to being who you are. And, you know, going after like abundance in your life, enjoying all of those possibilities and opportunities. Staying on course, you know. And so there's tactics involved. What I don't know won't hurt me. There we go. Yes, it's right on this card. It will hurt you, but it's better to be hurt by the truth than to continue a life that's a lie. And abuse of power. So, yeah, this is, you know, these karmic spaces, we can fall into all of them. But this energy is very abusive. Like if there was a lot of people that knew and you thought they were your friends and then they didn't tell you, and, you know, family, friends, and, you know, your business was suffering because of it, or your marriage was suffering because of it, or your children were suffering because of it, all of that energy, it's not a strong position for them to be in. But once again, are you going to make a mountain out of a molehill, or are you going to make Mount Everest out of the mountain? Because this feels like it's pretty shifty energy. Having said that, you know, are you going to make it bigger, or are you going to climb that mountain and then be successful and come back down a better person? Yeah, hidden. This is the hidden, the 18, the moon, but this is sitting on like authentic desires, right, from the heart. And so, and being able to speak from your heart. So this is, you know, moving forward. Now it's reckless abandon, because you're moving forward and you are very much in a space where you have the truth now. You know who you are. You know what you want. You have all these possibilities and you're going to choose wisely. And I'm also getting like the number 18 is extremely challenging for a lot of marriages if you look into it statistically. And I surmise that's because maybe sometimes people get married because a child is on the way. And when the child turns 18, that energy karmically, like just on like you don't even have to be aware of it. It's kind of like, okay, they're an adult now, off to new shores, you know, that kind of energy. But if you look into it, you'll find that. 27, the All-Star, INSIGHT-FUL. The numbers are really coming up again, and we've got 9 is an ending, 2 plus 7 is 9, and that's also an ending. So yeah, this is saying like definitely this is over, and the new insight that you have, as painful as it may have been to receive, is going to really be valuable to you, and you're going to be able to move forward. You know, like more like with how you want to, like how you anticipate life was going to be for you and how you want it to be, with harmony. So this is really being able to really allow yourself to accept that harmony, accept that gift, and, you know, make sure that you're really in a place where you can speak your truth with harmony. And when you get to that point, if you hand the responsibility back over to the people around this, here you go. This is your, you know, this is, I forgive you. I don't want to participate with you anymore, but I forgive you because I forgive myself, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to have a better life. And yeah, I'd rather be better than bitter. So that's basically the energy. This is saying I I'm ready to have all these opportunities. I'm ready to move on. That was an interesting reading. It's kind of like typical, like this is not unusual energy, but it was kind of interesting to see it being played out like this in the cards. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate. I will be back again with another reading tomorrow. Bye for now.